Vipassana retreat I was on, one of the teachings, he told us a story about the Buddha and how in the time of this particular Buddha, there are many Buddhas. Buddha just means like a fully enlightened person, which I learned. And at the time of this one, Siddhartha Gautama, I think was his name.
Okay.
There were a lot of religious people and religious leaders that were not super happy with the Buddha because he was like helping all these people and showing them a different way. And so then they're like, oh, we don't really need religion anymore. And so the story goes, one of these religious leaders is like, I got to do something about this. Like, I got to just like kill the Buddha. And so he goes to the Buddha and he knows that the Buddha's like very good at talking. He's good at communicating. So he's like, I can't let him talk because if he talks, I'm going to understand and then I'm not going to want to kill him anymore. And so he goes to the Buddha and the Buddha's like, hey, let me ask you one question before you do this. Because he can tell he's angry. He's shouting at him. And the man is just, again, angry. He's yelling at the Buddha and the Buddha's not reacting. So the Buddha says, let me ask you one question. Like, do you ever have guests over at your house? You have a very nice house. Do you ever invite guests over? And the guy's like, yeah, of course. I have guests all the time. And he says, okay, do your guests ever bring you a gift? The man's like, yeah, sometimes they bring me gifts. And then the Buddha says, okay, what would happen if you didn't accept the gift? And the man just says, they would just keep the gift. He says, okay, that's the same thing happening here. You brought all this anger to me, to my house. I'm not accepting the anger. I don't want the anger. Don't give me the anger. And it's this thing that we all think, like, we think if someone directs something at us, we have to accept it. We have to take on this feeling. We don't. That's for them to feel. That's an angry person. It doesn't mean that you have to accept it just because they're directing it towards you.
That's such a beautiful story. Oh my God. It just brought everything down. It just confirmed and solidified everything we just talked about. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. We're humans. We want to connect, and there are ways that we can intentionally decide to connect and feel love and receive love. And then these other emotions and these other reactions we don't need to receive, and it keeps us in a pure state. So then we can show up more free, more grounded, more happy, more confident, more courageous. So it's having a lot of discernment in that too. It's not your shit to hold, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also, another beautiful reframe that they taught was this compassionate side of things, which is like, you see that this person is angry, they're suffering. You don't need to take on their anger, and you can also feel compassion for them because you see that, oh, you're in this angry state. Like, I wouldn't want to be in that. I wouldn't want to be so angry. So yeah, there is the not accepting of it, and then also wishing them peace.
Wishing them peace. Yeah, it's all energy. People can feel it.